Sensational new twist to the massive controversy which erupted after our sister publication Today magazine revealed the Nehru government had mounted a 2-decade-old spying operation on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's family. The family of martyr Bhagat Singh have now come forward and claimed the Congress government continued with the British-era surveillance after independence. Bhagat Singh's family now wants the Modi government to declassify all files related to martyr Bhagat Singh.
The legacy of India's first Prime Minister under threat. After India Today's explosive revelation on the 2-decade-long snooping on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's family, now martyred revolutionary Bhagat Singh's family has also alleged the same.
केस बनाया गया कि जिसमें कुछ रेवोल्यूशनरीज पुराने इकट्ठे हुए दिल्ली में और उन्होंने फैसला किया कि इसका जिम्मेवार प्रधानमंत्री नेहरू हैं और उनका जो है वो किसी तरह मर्डर कर देना चाहिए, उनको सजा इसकी देनी चाहिए। उनके ऊपर सख्त निगरानी के लिए उस समय के होम मिनिस्टर शास्त्री जी थे, उन्होंने लिखा और उस सख्त निगरानी के तहत 24 घंटे उनके पीछे और इवन घर में डोमेस्टिक सर्वेंट के रूप में लोग सीआईडी के आईबी के जो लोग आते रहे और उनका हर 24 घंटे की उनकी सर्वेलेंस रहती रही।
Congress is on the back foot, dismissing any such claim as an effort to malign the image of the party. After the rapid plummeting of the Congress's electoral fortunes and the ongoing fire over its leadership vacuum, it's now history which has come back to haunt the grand old party. This fresh snooping controversy adding to the Congress's miseries and denting the one aspect that they take pride in, their history. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Well, joining me now live on this broadcast is Bhagat Singh Sandhu. He is the nephew of Bhagat Singh. In fact, he's the one who has made these startling allegations on the government of that time. Mr. Sandhu, मेरा पहला सवाल आपसे, क्यों आपको लगता है कि जो आप जिस तरह के चार्ज आपने लगाए हैं कि जो समय की कांग्रेस सरकार थी, आज़ादी के बाद भी आप लोगों के परिवार के ऊपर निगरानी रखी जा रही थी?
देखो, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया कि 1962 में हमारे पिताजी जो थे सरदार कुलबीर सिंह जी, वो इलेक्ट हुए एमएलए फर्स्ट टाइम जिला अपना फिरोजपुर से। तो उसके बाद जो सरकार थी वो नहीं चाहती थी कि ये अपोजिशन में रहें और वो उनके साथ उनका जो 1962 में 60 में जो है करप्शन का एक बीज बोया गया था भाखड़ा डैम बनने के बाद। उस समय भी पंडित नेहरू जी ने यह कहा था कि एक जेब में से पैसा दूसरी जेब में चला गया, ये कोई करप्शन नहीं है, शहीदों ये जो सारा पैसा देश में ही है, बाहर नहीं गया। तो ये हमारे पिताजी ने इस मुहिम को तभी शुरू कर दिया था कि करप्शन के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़नी है और उसी टाइम ये इसको रोका जाना चाहिए था। तो उसी के तहत उन्होंने जनसंघ पार्टी से इलेक्शन लड़ा और जीते और बाद में उनको कहा गया कि आप कांग्रेस में ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, जो कि उन्होंने नहीं किया। तो उनके ऊपर अलग अलग चार्जेस लगाने शुरू कर दिए, प्रेशराइज्ड उनको करना शुरू कर दिया, अलग अलग केस बनाने शुरू कर दिए। तो मीनवाइल जैसे पहले बताया मैंने कि ये चाइना की वार हुई, चाइना वार में जो है हिंदुस्तान की शिकस्त हुई, उसके लिए सभी जानते हैं कि पंडित नेहरू जो है वो
सर, आपको क्यों लगा कि स्नूपिंग इस तरह की सरकार निगरानी रख रही है? क्या कुछ सबूत आपके सामने आए, किसी ने आपको बताया इस बारे में?
देखो, जो अब पिछली हमारी जो 4 पीढ़ियां हैं, ऑलमोस्ट 100-1.25 साल हो गए हम अंग्रेजों के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ते रहे हैं और 4 पीढ़ियों से ये चीजें देख रहे हैं कि कौन से लोग उनके साथ हमेशा रहे हैं और कैसे कैसे उनकी निगरानी होती रही है। श्री भगत सिंह जी के बारे में कह लो, उनके हमारे पिताजी 7-8 साल जेल में रहे हैं, राइट, चाचा जी हमारे जेल में रहे हैं, उनके साथ शहीद आजम भगत सिंह के चाचा जी साथ अजीत सिंह जी जेल में रहे, मांडले जेल में रहे लाला लाजपत राय के साथ में जी, उनके पिताजी अर्जुन सिंह जी वो भी सारे पॉलिटिकली एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व थे सब लोग।
सर, मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा हमारे साथ बने रहिए। मिस्टर सूर्या बोस, who is in fact a family member of Subhash Chandra Bose, is also joining us on this broadcast. Sir, my first question to you, you are expected to meet the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, tomorrow in Berlin. Sir, what would be one thing that you would want to ask him after this revelation of snooping of about 20 years of the government making sure that every move of the Subhash Chandra Bose family is in fact is seen, even documented. What will it be that you will be asking the Prime Minister?
Well, I'm hoping I'll be able to meet the Prime Minister tomorrow evening at the reception in Berlin. I have asked for a slot, or at least for a few minutes with him, and I hope it will be possible. My first, of course, the question which I will have to raise, or the topic I have to discuss, is the declassification of the classified files in the Prime Minister's office. And then, of course, the recent revelation about the surveillance of my father Amirnath Bose and my uncle by the independent government of India after 15th of August 1947.
Yes.
It's very shocking, but that is not going to change much now. I mean, those people are no longer there, those who are involved, but what we have to know is what is in these classified files. Why did they want to have, spy on the family members of Subhash Bose? Were they still unsure that Subhash Bose was alive? Or what was the reason?
Sir, if you talk about the stand of successive governments here, it seems that the new government also has refused to declassify or to reveal certain documents related to Netaji. Why do you think that there is so much of hesitation as far as the governments in the country is concerned about to make sure or to in fact come out in open about the secret files and the documents about Netaji?
What is quite surprising is, the Manmohan Singh government and the Prime Minister's office statement that they made when the Supreme Court had asked them on the RTI rules to declassify the files, that if they did so, they would have problems with friendly nations. Now, the present government has made an identical statement, which is very surprising. We would like to know which are the friendly nations. But I have my personal doubts whether it has got anything to do with after over 70 years, whether other countries were involved.
Yes.
I think it was more to safeguard the honor of certain leading politicians of our own country who were involved in this intrigue.
Sir, continuing on this story that India today has exposed, new documents have also shown that the surveillance material that was in fact being done by the IB officials in 1947, all this material was also shared. These details were shared with the British spy agency MI5 in 1947. What do you make of this, sir?
I mean, it is most unfortunate. I mean, of course, you know that Jawaharlal Nehru was very much under the influence of the British government's, let's say, the intermediary there, Lord Mountbatten. Mountbatten had, you probably have heard about it, Mountbatten had asked Nehru not to take over any of the pioneer officers and soldiers in the Indian Army, and which he followed. He did not take over even one. He's given, of course, Shahnawaz Khan, who evidently, I would say, turned traitor to Subhash Bose. He became a cabinet member because he was led the Shahnawaz Commission, where he, by force, tried to prove and, according to the government, proved that Subhash Bose had died in the plane crash, although they didn't even go to Taiwan.
Right. अभय सिंह जी, मैं आपसे भी सवाल पूछना चाहूंगा। जिस तरह से मिस्टर बोस अभी बता रहे थे कि वो कल प्रधानमंत्री से मिलकर कोशिश करेंगे कि वो उनको कह पाएं कि ये जो जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं उन रिलेटेड जो नेताजी से रिलेटेड हैं उनको सामने लाया जाए, क्या इसी तरह की कुछ डिमांड आप भी भारत सरकार से करना चाहेंगे? क्यों आपको लगता है कि इस तरह के जो डॉक्यूमेंट हैं उन्हें सामने नहीं लाया जा रहा?
देखो, अब पिछले 30-35 साल से मैं और अपने पिताजी के साथ जाते रहे हैं नेशनल आर्काइव्स में इन डॉक्यूमेंट्स को हासिल करने के लिए, उनकी देखने के लिए। फाइल नंबर्स हैं वहां पर, फाइलों पे लिखे हुए हैं नंबर सारे। उसके फाइल की जब डिमांड की जाती है तो उस पर लिखा जाता है कि नॉट ट्रांसफरेबल, नॉट ट्रांसफर्ड, और ये सीक्रेट है और 30 इयर्स के बाद में ये ओपन होंगे
जी।
तो ये ऐसा क्यों है अभी तक? जो जब हिंदुस्तान आजाद हो गया 68 साल हो गए आजादी को भी, तो ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं ये पब्लिक के लिए ओपन होने चाहिए।
Sir, Mr. Bose, a quick last question to you, sir. Do you expect, or do you see any sincerity as far as the government is concerned in making these files public? Do you expect that after you speak to Prime Minister Modi, this can be done?
Yeah, well, I mean, even if I get a chance to speak to Prime Minister Modi, it all depends on the Prime Minister itself. But let us look at reality. I mean, this has come up only recently, but since the government took over, they had a huge amount of problems to sort out, taking over a wrecked, government from the Congress,
Yes.
which ruled for so many decades. So they have had enough problems on their hands. So now that these revelations have come up, I'm hoping that Prime Minister Modi will give it more priority and look into the matter.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bose, and thank you so much, Mr. Sandhu, for joining us here on Headlines today. Of course, very intriguing case of why the families now are coming out. Of course, they are saying that the India Today report also shows how the government for more than 20 years after independence had surveillance on the family members of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and also now in a fresh twist, relatives of Martyr Bhagat Singh coming out and saying they were also under surveillance. A lot of questions on why it was done, and it can only be solved once these classified files are declassified, are put in public domain. Thank you so much to both my guests.